What are you drinking right now?
Tea. English breakfast tea.
Ah, he's so British
I'm
now.
so English. Look at
And
me.
he's even named his EP Victoria.
I know, right? My mum thinks it's after the state. It's really cute. She's like, "Oh, you named it after your home state." I'm like, "Oh, no, mum," but still.
No. Was there an actual girl called Victoria? Because I noticed that you've got a lot of names across your entire body of work. Are they
Yeah.
pseudonyms, or have you pulled a Harry Styles and actually used the real names of these love interests?
So what have I got? I've got Grace. Grace is the real. Grace is named Grace. Victoria isn't called Victoria. That's a definite cover. I've got an unreleased song called Georgia, which isn't really about the name of someone. It's about the name of the state in the US, but it's the person.
Ah,
Um, I've got a couple of names. So I think the only one is Grace, but Victoria is not a person. It is a person, but they're not called Victoria. So
yeah, they're they're called
Tori, yeah,
They're called
that's Tori Kelly.
Victor.
Great.
Your EP is super diaristic though. Do you ever write anything and then you think, nah, that's maybe a bit too much. Like that person wouldn't want that out there, or
I'm
do
not
you,
gonna lie, I don't know what diaristic means.
it means that it's like a copy of your diary, like it's
Oh,
like a
diary, like
journal.
diary. Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah.
Do I ever write something that I'm like, yeah, oh yeah,
And you scribble
bro,
out, you're like, "Oof, but I can't put that out there."
oh yeah, no, but I don't scribble it out though. I don't. I finish it. I absolutely finish it. There's like I finish things all the time. I think it is all my music is quite honest. I think, and I like it being that way. But yeah, I just there's definitely songs that I've written that I'm like that can't go anywhere. Like that's not allowed.
Maybe
Like
that's you in 10 years' time when you're kind of
maybe,
removed from it and you don't know that person anymore.
maybe, yeah, or maybe it's just like maybe I go through like some like Justin Bieber bad boy phase where
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, this is about this person." I'm like, "Mm." But I'm
And
not.
then you'll
I'm
have
not.
some rapper be like, gotta keep an eye out for Selena. And then they break up and everyone's like, oh, kept an eye out for them. Too
This is
bad.
we're impressed right now. This is great. I love it. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. Good.
If you could have a
Yeah.
rap verse, who would you want on it? And which song? Which song would have a rap verse in it?
Off this EP,
Yeah. Surely it'd be like Strawberry Kisses or something.
that says that's Strawberry Kiss. I don't know why, but that feels right.
Hmm.
Uh, who would I want on it? Chance. I think Chance the Rapper is fucking sick.
Oh, yeah.
But him or I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's hard.
Uh,
The world's your oyster. It's hard when it's like that,
I
isn't it?
know.
Ah,
So many to choose from. There's heaps of rappers in my DMs.
just
Yeah.
lighting up.
Yeah. SoundCloud ones. They're just there everywhere. Yeah.
Honestly. What's your favorite track on this EP? What's your kind of like baby from it?
Um, Probably, I think it's quite tied between Victoria and Nobody Has to Know. First and last track. I think Victoria's like quite like personal and like yeah, like this is like a proper like cool track that makes sense. But Nobody Has to Know is my like. Although it's fuck, I'm torn. Wait, so probably Nobody Has to Know or Victoria. Nobody Has to Know because it's fun as fuck to play live. But I'm so excited to come back to Australia and play How Do I Know? Because that is like I
You'd be like, how
wrote
do I know? And you have such good
no,
content of
yeah,
Australians going, no.
literally. And also I wrote that song to be played live, basically. Like I was like, I remember the original voice memo, like the bit where it's like, dun, 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 dun. I remember saying the voice memo being like, this is just gonna sound so sick when it's all produced. And like now it's produced. I just like want it. I want to be at like I want to be at Groove in the Mood in Australia. It'd be fucking wild. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. I'm
He's in
done
it for
after
the
that.
live shows. That's interesting
I
because
know.
you're obviously an artist that blew up on TikTok through lockdown. So you've amassed this huge audience, but haven't had like that progression of like you were busking at the beginning, but you would have had a large break of performance. And then you've like come out of it to a large crowd. Do you feel like those TikTok numbers translate into your audience? And do you find that it's kind of stressful being like an online presence that is expected to be performance ready?
I I mean, there's a whole,
There's a lot to unpack in there.
Yeah, I could probably talk about that for hours. I think there is probably a lot of artists who would say different. I personally, it sounds like I'm like 45, but I'm old enough to have seen before TikTok and wanted to have been an artist before TikTok. And then like very early on, my manager was like, jump on TikTok, and I joined. So I've seen TikTok go like this, which has been kind of really fun and interesting. I think I've always wanted to and been ready to play live, which has been sick. But I don't know. I love playing live. I think playing live that's the reason I got into music in the first place. So I think the fact that, like, I think COVID for me was a shithole because I couldn't play live. I think I was very lucky in the fact that it did so well for me career-wise. But I've come out of it so much like mentally happier than I was during it. Absolutely. Purely by the basis of the fact that I can play shows and do festivals and shit like that. And I also think, I mean, I love the TikTok side of things and whatnot, but it's not insanely me, I think. It is, but it's not really my music. Like, I can be online, I've grown up online, but at the same time, music wise, you know, it's not like I write songs like that are the most lyrically descriptive things that are like, this is my boyfriend, he broke up with me, like type shit, like that people go like, yeah, I connect to this. It's more just like vibes.
Do people connect to your lyrics though? People like,
I mean, I hope
also
so.
can't make it past the second date. You know, people are out there being like, we were making out on sofas, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. That'd be amazing. Yeah, but I feel like I personally feel like, and I enjoy playing live so much more.
Yeah.
So like that's just where I think it's come out better. I don't feel any pressure. I think a lot of people probably do, but I don't really, because it's fun.
You also have the personality for it, whereas I think a lot of people who are online might not, you know, like would find it a jarring shock to be like, oh crap, now like I've got hundreds of eyes on me. Oh shit, I'm about to go on tour with Secret and play these huge stadiums, you know? That'd be quite daunting. Whereas I think you're someone who would revel in it.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I think like yeah, I think it just kind of comes back to what I said. I think in my head, I existed as an artist before TikTok. And so TikTok has just been an excessive tool to help me grow in a way. Rather than be like, I'm on this because I want to be an artist and then I'm figuring myself out while I'm on this. I think I've been figuring myself out on my own, and then I've just been on TikTok whenever I want to be.
Yeah.
Which has been
That's really a good relationship to have with TikTok.
Yeah, definitely. I don't hate it. I do hate it a lot of the times, but I also don't hate it. It's
given you this, you know, you can't hate that. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So
Not
you moved to the UK just before the first lockdown, right? The start of the pandemic. Is that what happened?
It's about, like 10, 11 months before.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So you did have a good amount of time of building like a base of people.
Yeah, totally. I definitely saw the UK and like had a good amount of time here before we were in lockdown.
Okay. And your mum gave you a deadline of a year to make a music career.
Yeah, it wasn't like
What was the reality of that?
Well, it was, yeah. So it wasn't like we shook hands and was like, okay, go out. And then I turned around and got on a plane. Like it wasn't. It was like, it was more of just like she just wanted me to. She's a mother, so she wanted me to have a loose plan. And so it was kind of like I knew my managers. They're in London, and I grew up in a town called Traralgon. Wait, do you know Traralgon through Chanel?
No, I don't.
Never mind. Right.
I'm from Queensland, mate.
Oh, you shit. Never mind. Okay. So it's like, it was like what? Growing up probably an hour and a bit outside of Brisbane. It's like no one in their right mind is a musician for a living. Like that's just not a thing. Or even just like any form of social media, creative, nothing. It's not what you do for a living. It's what you do on the side, and you sell it on Etsy. Which like, and so I think the fact that I was like, I don't want to go to university and I want to make music for like, I want it to be my full-time job. just shocked so many people, including my mum. And so she was like, go do it. Like, go to London. You have a passport. Go get a job. Just do it. See if it works out. And if it doesn't after a while and you're unhappy and you're not making any money, you can. And I could. And I agreed with it. I could just on a plane back home and go to university because I would have been probably that old as 20 if it didn't work out.
Yeah, totally. And you would have regretted never trying.
Dude, yeah, basically that was basically the basis of it. Just like I would have felt shit if I didn't try it. But I'm glad I did. So here I am now.
Oh, I'm glad you're glad. Imagine like it's torture.
Yeah. Help!
Help! I want to go be an accountant.
How do I quit working for myself? What a nightmare.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Did you find those first couple of months in the UK really hard? Because you would have been super young. That would have been quite a shock for you.
Yeah, but it was also, dude, it was like
it was fun.
It was because I think at this exact same time, all my friends were going to university, so they were experiencing like the same thing of meeting new people in a new place and like just figuring shit out. But I was just doing it in a different country with basically no friends.
New people. Yeah.
Yeah, like but it wasn't a bad thing because also all I had dreamed of and because I went there just to basically be with the people that were kind of managing me at the time. It was such a, and being, like I said, being from a small town in Australia, it was such a far removed thing, which was so cool to me to be like, cool, your university experience is like, you're 18 years old, everyone else around you is 25 up, and they all work in music, which is such a far-fetched removed thing. Like, it was kind of sick to me to be like, you know, if like, oh, what did you do? And they were like, I'm a full-time like producer. Like I've made some of your favorite songs. I was like, what? Obviously no one ever said that, but like, that's just like, it was whack. And I really liked it. It was scary, but I had a part-time job at a gay bar that kept me going.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Shout out the Cock Tavern.
Shout out.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I don't know. I liked it. It was great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back to it, but I did like it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. And then you're gonna head on to a secret this year.
I am.
Woo! What's changed?
A lot has changed. But dude, just like my own shows is like fucking weird as fuck. That is that's a weird thing that's coming out of COVID, definitely. Just like being like, where did you all come from? Like, and
people want to buy a ticket.
Yeah, that's weird. I still don't wrap my head around that. I'm really not that interesting. I'm a 5'8" straight white guy that sings about dating. I don't know what that is interesting about, like, for you, especially as much as it. Not gonna lie. But
before your gigs, are you sitting there and be like, oh, I hope I walk out and there's actually people in the audience?
Oh, I said that the whole time. The whole November tour I did, I was like, I hope people turn up. And they did, which was still weird. Like,
you had a good crowd at Reading Festival as well.
Yeah, Reading was sick. That was really fun. Reading and
that's pretty like that's a rite of passage. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, definitely. And it was also like quite the, like you said, it was like rite of passage and was quite my introduction to like, this is like British culture type thing.
Yeah. Is that where you linked up with like Alfie Templeman? Is that where you linked up with him?
I think I met him before that. Yeah, I definitely had. I saw a lot of people I knew there and met a lot of people I already knew there. But like, I think like a lot of musicians that over COVID, it was just like I went to the US for the first time like a couple of weeks ago. I just realized like I have, not in a wanky way, but like I have so many friends there that I was like, I put like, I'm in the US, and then all these people just basically being like,
I'm in the US. Come
yeah, but it's like so many, you know, you make so many friends over just like, oh, when COVID's over, we'll get them in a room together, or just like, you guys should be friends, or you should do this Zoom thing together, or so. I'm sure it's the exact same for you. Like, it's like, you know, you meet so many people over COVID that you don't realize that when it comes to being in the same places, then you're like, oh shit, like you're real. What the fuck? Whack, man.
No, we're in a room together. This is so weird. Okay, so
yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You're going to Australia for Group in the Moo and your side shows. Do you find that there is a difference? Like everyone's like, oh, playing to different nationalities is such a different experience. Do you think that's true? Do you find Australians hit different?
I think so. Mainly just because it's home to me.
True. Yeah.
It's like it's like it's like fuck yeah, this is so sick. Also, I don't know. I think I hear a lot over here. It's like you said. It's like, dude, you played Reading. That's crazy. And I'm kind of like, yeah, it's cool. The fact that I'm playing Groove in the Mood of Me is like, what the fuck? What is going on? So that's fun. I definitely think the crowds are. I think the crowds are different.
Yeah. It's hard to know.
But when I first played in Australia, I hadn't played here before. So two now. I think they were different. I don't know. I guess I played a lot of different music in Australia than I did here. So
Oh,
now I'm
really?
gonna. Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, I got so much more music out since I left Australia, and now.
True, true. This was not even April. This was
Last year,
November. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna come back now to Australia in a few weeks and play music that I've played here now. So I guess I'll know the answer in a few weeks' time. I don't know it now. But...
Okay. We'll loop back. I'll find you at your gig. I'll grab my phone. All right, Thomas. What do we think? Just get a little pickup for this interview.
Right, yeah, cool. I'm down.
At Oxford Art. Let's do it.
Yeah. Are you coming?
Thomas. Oh, I'll come.
Okay. Wait, but you're in, but you live in Sydney.
Yeah, I live in Sydney.
Okay, but you're in Brisbane at the moment.
Yeah, just for the week.
Okay.
Helping blood clean up.
Yeah. All right. Come to the Oxford Art Factory show. That'd be fun as fuck.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll see you there.
All right. Sick.